Okay, my name is Doris Allen. I was born in Harrisonburg, Virginia, 1927. And I went to Lucy F. Sims School. First, I went to Effner Street School, where Miss Lucy Sims was my first grade teacher. We lived right across the street from the school, and I do remember the big snows we had. When winter was winter, it was winter. When summer came, it was summer. But nowadays, the time climate has changed so much that I don't know if we have spring, winter, and fall. But we had big snows. I mean, it could be 14 to 20 inches of snow. And your parents dug out, and we go to school every day. We didn't have snow days. We just went to school. It was warmer at school than it was at home because there was no furnaces in our homes. Our homes were they were a little inadequate, but we stayed warm. But again, it was warmer at school, and everybody was happy to go to school, and we stayed all day even till your parents came home. If it's 5 or 6 o'clock, no later than that, and that was a happy time, because when they dig out, well, it wasn't in their cars, and so very few, so they didn't have to worry about cars coming. They just make a path to the school. The colleges are plentiful now, and there wasn't much talk of a college when I was a little girl. The only black college, the closest college to Harrisonburg, was Virginia State College in Petersburg, which is 180 miles away. So it was a lot of segregation in those days, and Jim Crow was heavy. So we didn't attend white schools. We had our own colored school. I have a son here named Robert. Now, he and I went to Martin Luther King in '63 to It's I Had a Dream. And I was working at that time down at the Legacy Department Store on Main Street. And the boss said, if anybody goes to that I Had a Dream Street, the March on Washington, he says they don't have to come to work the next day. Well, that was 1963. So, okay. I saw the ad in the paper. It was $3.50 round trip per person, and bring your lunch. So you were to meet this bus out on Maryland and High Street, I believe it was. And I determined I was going to go, and I asked my mother, would she keep my 2 children when they came from school, and I would take the third one with me. And so I took my 12-year-old son, who was big and tall for 12 years old, and I said, Robert, we going. Well, he didn't know where we was going. He didn't know nothing about Martin Luther King. But, oh, boy, he knew he was going on a bus trip. He was going to ride the bus. And we got in Washington. We left 7 o'clock that morning from over there, and we got to D.C., and all these buses and all these horses. He was so excited because there were mounted policemen. And going down the trip was very, very nice. It was quiet because it was, like I say, it was segregation days, and we didn't communicate with white, and they didn't with us. But we knew our seat on the bus was in the rear, and we went straight back to the back after everybody else was seated, and we sit. And it was an enjoyable trip because I had him along, and we had somebody to converse with. But after we got to Washington, and all these people, and everybody was going toward the Lincoln Memorial, and SOE got off the bus, and everybody just moving, just slowly, quietly, and it was amazing to me because I never saw that many people either. The first time I'd been to Washington, but I did like everybody else. One just followed the other one, and we just kept going. The stage was full of all these celebrities and everybody, and you didn't see Martin Luther King, and we got all the way up to the edge of the memorial, and you could see right up on the podium. And so it was a hot summer day, but we didn't care. And then finally Martin came out, and his speech was, it was awesome. You could not believe how happy it made everybody. And people were just orderly and humble, no problems. And we stayed till 5 o'clock and came on home.
My name is Luis Álvarez Pérez. I'm from Cuba. Toda la vida ha sido mi sueño llegar hasta este país. Ha sido muy difícil para mí porque la travesía fue bastante fuerte para mí y para todo el grupo que vino junto conmigo. Pasamos hambre, frío, maltrato, deportaciones que habían personas que solamente estaban esperando la deportación porque, ¿cómo decirle? En la celda que estábamos varios compañeros, a veces nos levantaban a las 4 de la mañana y ya uno sabía que era una deportación y todo el mundo con miedo a que deportaran después de que habíamos pasado todo ese Centroamérica deportarnos para nuestro país. Mi entrenador siempre me decía también me decía, no te preocupes mucho por el pasado, recuerda que el pasado es una historia, el futuro es una incógnita, no se sabe, pero el hoy es un regalo, por eso se llama presente. Unas amistades me hablaron sobre Virginia, un buen estado, el cual es muy tranquilo, muy sociable. Me dirigí acá y me consiguieron donde quedarme actualmente. Aquí pues comencé mi documentación, la cual fue bastante rápida. Me llegó mi permiso de trabajo como a los 2 meses, más tardar. Me dirigí hacia la oficina de Cargill, la cual me dio trabajo fácilmente en donde estoy actualmente. Soy un buen trabajador, uno de los mejores actualmente, solamente con 6 meses que tengo en el trabajo. No tengo ni siquiera una ausencia, una llegada tarde, nada. Me quiero mucho en mi trabajo, tengo good friends, yeah, many good friends. Harrisonburg y Dayton son dos ciudades que tienen muchas opciones para todo migrante que viene acá. Y también te brinda oportunidades como la escuela que actualmente estoy en Starline. I love this school. It's very important for me. Allí conocí varias amistades que tengo en la escuela de diferentes países. Si yo voy al banco, en the bank, yo estudio ese día qué tengo que decir en inglés, cómo puedo proyectarme. Y se me ha hecho más bien un poco fácil, porque ya cuando ya me dirijo, ejemplo, al cajero, ya cuando me preguntan algo ya yo tengo la respuesta. Soy licenciado en Cultura Física y Deporte, tengo la maestría ya en mi deporte, estudié medicina en mi país, tuve que dejar la carrera en segundo año, llevaba 2 carreras al mismo tiempo. En mi vida desde pequeño mis padres me inculcaron que el estudio vale mucho. Mi abuelo siempre me decía que el que puede más, vale más, sabe más. Y es muy importante. Y para mí lo ha sido, porque toda la vida para mí ha sido una escuela. Realmente yo estoy acá y yo quiero visitar Asia, yo quiero visitar China. Adoro ese país, quisiera ir, porque quisiera realmente, mi sueño es llegar al templo Shaolin, visitar el templo Shaolin, donde se estudiaron las artes marciales. Ese es mi sueño. Bueno, quisiera visitar Europa. Tengo amistades en Alemania, tengo amistades en España y quisiera, pero ¿cómo puedo llegar allá? Primeramente, este es el primer paso. Mis sueños acá en este país es lograr una mejor pronunciación en inglés. Es lo que más deseo en estos momentos. Aprender bien el idioma para poder integrarme más a la sociedad. Porque es muy importante eso más que nada para mí. I am happy because I love the country.
My name is Olga Kutsa and I'm from Ukraine. I came to Harrisonburg in 2008, in November. My grandparents came to United States 1991 because it's a persecution for Christianity. From my husband's side, his grandparent stayed in jail 14 years because they was Christian. So how the first Ukrainian people came here, it's before was very hard to grow up in Ukraine and to be Christian. So when I came, it was okay in Ukraine, and now I I feel like Ukraine is Christian country now. But like 20 years ago, 30 years ago, it was very hard for Christian people. When we moved, the president of Ukraine was Viktor Yushchenko. I think he was the best president. And at that time, I didn't want to move to United States because it just was like dream happened in Ukraine. We thought he would change everything, but he stayed just like for 2 years. I don't remember, but for a short time. Mm-hmm. So now I'm glad that I'm here. I came with my husband, my daughter, my mother, and my youngest sister. So we was happy to see all my family. I have 4 aunts in here and 1 uncle. The first we came to airport to New York. So it's just like big city, everything light, the road very clean, and I don't know, the road perfect, doesn't have holes and like Ukrainian had. So it was the first, it's very surprised me. When we came to Harrisonburg, it's very hard to start everything, like without English skills, it's very hard to start. But I'm very thankful to, I think it's Community Mennonite Church. They teach us for free, and the teacher, Mr. Ray, he is very nice. He teacher like from God. People try to help you when you came. It's not just you're not alone. Like people, if you need help, church help is like with food and English classes, and they make a party for us, and everyone bring their traditional food. The people was very, very kind and very good. So it's what I remember the first time when it was very hard. A lot of people try to help you.
Unfortunately, when I tell my story, it starts with the war and in Palestine. So the Jews and the British were outside the wall of Jerusalem, and the Arabs on the top of and the battle was going on. But they took my mother to the hospital, and they have to go through the battlefield. So they raised white flag, and it stopped, and the bus went through and got to the hospital. And here I am, back in 1958, came to the United States. I went to Chicago. I got acceptance from university there and went for a semester. However, I didn't like it. So I moved to Connecticut. And I studied engineering, finished my bachelor's degree in engineering. And it was the best thing happened to me. Then I worked for defense. The company was making turbine engine for helicopters. My boss there asked me to go in business with him. So I did, and we bought this business called UMA Incorporated it was located on Long Island in New York. In 1978, we looked to get out from New York, and we chose Harrisonburg in Virginia with the help of the Chamber of Commerce in Richmond. We came here and settled here, Harrisonburg City. They invite us, me with my family, to dinner. I don't remember the name of the restaurant, but they took us to the restaurant and Harrisonburg City paid the bill. I have later on a daughter who born in Harrisonburg. The rest of the family. And that's the daughter taking care of the business now, and she is doing very good job. You know, I remember one of the things when we moved here, no Arabic family and no Muslim people here either. So I was the family to settle, but I was very well received as a Muslim. And I start getting invitation from the churches to speak. I was happy, and the people with respect and helpful and very kind to me and to my family. Back in the 80s, there is Muslim people came to the area too, and we start our own organization, Islamic organization. We start praying in a church, and they provide us with all the hospitality and respect, and open school in that church. It is the Presbyterian Church on 42. They were very good hosts. Then we moved to build our own mosque, which is now located on Country Club Road in Harrisonburg. Now the community become even the mosque it's not big enough to accommodate us. We moved from number one family in 1978. I think we count over 300 or 350 350 families over that now in Harrisonburg and the area.